people treat you different as you get older too, don't they? I was doing laundry the other day. I stopped by the store to pick up some bleach. I asked the woman where the bleach was. She sent me down the cosmetics aisle. It's for my whites, not my mustache.
So it's the holidays, and while a lot of people are sad because they can't spend the holidays with their family, at least we're all in the same boat this year. Now, on several occasions in my comedy career, I've spent the holidays on the road by myself when my family was getting together, and it was really depressing. 2 times really stick out. Once was at Christmas Day that I was scheduled to work at a comedy club in a casino in Atlantic City with Louis Black as the headliner. I was living in Virginia at the time, and Atlantic City was about 4 hours away. So my mom pushed the whole family to do Christmas early so I could celebrate and then head up to the show. What stands out most about this gig, though, was that the audience at the show seemed to be all Jewish, and the people gambling in the casino seemed to be all Asian. Yeah, I guess those are the 2 main groups that don't really celebrate Christmas. So I went from Andy Williams' Christmas carols and a tree and turkey and presents to kind of nothing. Yeah, I guess the casino was decorated some, but otherwise to me it was pretty depressing. Louis Black was really nice, though we didn't talk a whole lot, but I do remember that he's quieter off stage than he is on. And all I remember about the feature act was that he appeared to have a little bit of a gambling problem. Yeah, all casinos pay you the first day of the week in the hopes that you'll spend all your money in the casino. Well, the feature act in this case went gambling after that first show, that first night, and when I saw him the next night, he was broke. In fact, not only was he broke, but he told me he'd been up all night gambling. He had run out of money about 1 a.m., so he drove a couple hours back home to get more money because ATMs weren't all that popular back then. And he said when he got to his house, his wife was sleeping, so he didn't even wake her up. He just grabbed some cash and came straight back to the casino and gambled till showtime. So he got almost no sleep, and it was depressing to even talk to him. The club owner did invite us over to his house for Christmas for a few hours, but it just wasn't the same as being with my family. The other memorable time I was on the road over a holiday was during Easter a year or so later. Again, I lived in Virginia, and I had 2 corporate gigs with Easter right in the middle of them, and no money to get home. And the 2 gigs were in small towns in Nebraska and Iowa that were really hard to get to. Flights were hard and expensive, and the rental cars were too. So to add to my misery, I decided to take a Trailways bus in between the gigs to save some money. Yeah, I remember being on the bus and calling my sister's house to wish everyone a happy Easter, and I got the answering machine. They were all outside having fun, and I was on a bus somewhere in the Midwest. I even had to change buses at one stop, and I remember seeing several people just looking downtrodden and sad, when they were at the bus station, which is kind of a sad place. And about an hour before we got to our final destination, the bus had some sort of a deal with a diner, so they stopped, and they tried to force everyone to take an hour-long break and have dinner. Yeah. Then, finally, I did not eat dinner. We got back on the bus and drove the last hour to the stop. And to add even more misery, when I got to the hotel I'd booked online, it was crap. Yeah, this was before online booking with hotels got to be very good, so you really did get taken quite a bit, and it was really gross. I was supposed to be there 2 nights, but I just could barely stand it 1 night. So the next night I moved to another hotel and paid a little more. The takeaway tip from this is, if you can, don't value work over memories. At least for me, in hindsight, I would have rather spent that Christmas with my family, and that Easter, I would have at least, if I couldn't spend it with my family, I should have spent more money on a plane and a better hotel, not a depressing bus ride. The memories I made for those holidays weren't really ones that I'd like to have. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.